Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast. All the stuff we did not get to during the course of the show today. I am running on fumes. I went to the I Can Only Imagine. I know. It's been a day. I went to I Can Only Imagine, the first screening of it last night. And so this wasn't like a premiere. I didn't know. I thought it was with the premiere. But it was
he
like.
came in his tux and everything.
I know. Embarrassing. There goes my tooth.
Oh, good night.
Yeah, I just kicked my tooth out. That's part of my story I'll get to in a minute here.
Your testimony.
Oh, my goodness. Again, it's been a day. So I go to the screening of the movie last night, and when I got there, the guy was really nice. He goes, hey, we have reserved seats for you. Sit in the reserve section. I'm like, okay, great. But I feel weird about it because I've never done that. That's usually for like the producers and Bart and everybody else, that had something more to do with it than me. Because I'm in it for about 3.5 seconds. And so I'm like, oh, all right. So I go there and I sit there. And then there's a lady that comes up, and the theater was packed. And so everyone walks up there, and then they see this chairs all next to me with the reserved on them. And they're like, oh, those are reserved. And every normal person goes, those are reserved, and walks by. Mm-hmm. This lady comes up to me and goes, who are those reserved for? And I said, I don't know. I said, I'm just here. And the guy who checked everybody in told me to sit here. Mm-hmm. What who are they for? I said, I don't know, ma'am. Like, she wanted to sit there so bad. And so she ends up still going on about it. And I said, ma'am, I don't know. I said, maybe it's for people that were involved in the movie or with the movie, as all I can figure. And she goes, were you in it? I said, yeah. And I didn't like oversell it like I do on the air for funsies, because I already realized what I'm dealing with. I go, yeah, for like 3 seconds. But I don't know. They just told me to sit here. Okay. And she goes down. I guess she goes out to talk to somebody.
Dang.
Comes back in, sits in the seats, literally right behind me. Like, she's one row behind me, same in my same area, like the same
and
exact
you're like, get
seat.
this peasant away from me and my reserved seat.
Yes, I'm like, oh, this is so bad. It's like when I'm sitting in first class when I get bumped up, and then everyone else is a peasant.
Gag.
So finally,
the stench of poor.
Yes.
Why are you poor?
Right before the movie starts, there were 3 reserved seats, and he comes down and he goes, well, we're going to go ahead and kick off here. I don't think I need these. And he takes the signs off of it. Mm-hmm. And I look at my wife. I go, that lady's going to be down here in no time. Sure enough, lady comes down. She's like, what'd he say about those seats? And I said,
golly,
I know.
Why does she think that you're the owner of them?
I have no idea what's going on. I said, I think he said he doesn't need them reserved anymore. Mm-hmm. And so she plops down on him and stuff. And then she goes, well, I was in the movie too. And I said, oh, okay. Like, I at this point, I don't want to have another conversation about it because it's getting ready to start and everything. I'm assuming she was like an extra because I didn't see her anywhere in the movie. Like, you can legit actually see me. Like, no, you can't. It's like a tight shot of my face and everything. Like, you'll see it in December when you get to go to the screening that we're doing.
I can't wait.
You get to. Thank you, Gavin, for your
I am
segment.
going to scream my head off.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hold up a bedazzled poster that says, I know him.
I love it. Like Elf. Yeah. World's best cup of coffee. So, like, we go through, movie starts and watch the movie. But then after it, I go down to talk to Bart for a few minutes. And so, like, because it's all the story about him and his son Sam, who has diabetes, and the song Even If. And Tim Timmons is a guy that wrote part of that song, and he's been a guy in Christian music for a while. He has a weird cancer story. Like, he had cancer, and they gave him 5 years to live, and that was 20 years ago. And so I go down to Tim. I'm like, Tim, are you lying about the cancer thing?
Nice.
And I forget where I am because I know the guy, and so he's one of the funniest people you'll ever meet. And so we're just laughing about stuff, and I look to my left, and there are people just aghast that I would ask him that because they don't know that I know it,
Mm-hmm.
And so we're just kind of talking about things, and Bart goes, so what did you think about the movie? And I go, I think it was good. I said it was weird for me because you're kind of a jerk in the movie. And he goes, I know, right? And I'm like, it's so off brand for who everyone perceives you to be. But he's like, dude, that was what I was going through at the time. He's like, I was struggling with being a father and not having to be able to help my son and actually hurting my son with needles. And he's like, and I couldn't find my way out. I'm doing this every night talking about God, and I'm so
Needles
mad
because
at
of
him.
diabetes.
Correct, yeah. And so
Not like something.
No, not something bad. And so he's like, and I said, but you know what? I said, I'm really glad that you guys didn't sanitize that and over spiritualize it, where you're coming off as like, oh, the Christian singer guy who's got it all together and he's just pointing people to Jesus. Like, I like that you are the least likable person in this between the son, him, and Tim Timmons. And Tim Timmons is played by Milo Ventimiglia or Ventimiglia. I don't know how he says it. I'm not that close.
Gavin knows.
I think it's with the gl sound at the end.
I've heard it both ways. Yeah.
Ventimiglia.
I've heard it that way too.
I don't know. I've never met the guy.
Yeah. I've met him, but I didn't say his last name. I was just like, hey, man. But
hey, Milo.
It was interesting because I talked to Bart about Milo and meeting him that night because Bart wasn't there the night that I met him. And I was like, man, he was so kind to me and just everybody that I ran across. And he goes, dude, he was that way the entire time with everyone. And he's like, he took the time. And I'm curious where that lands for him doing a faith-based movie because he's not like a faith guy. So I'm really curious where that lands with him long term. And that's one of the things I like about the Irwin brothers is they put people in that aren't just, Kirk Cameron or whatever. They put people in that aren't believers because they see that as part of their mission and how they do this thing. And he said, yeah, Milo said this set was unlike anything he had ever been on before.
Is that why they asked you to be a part of it?
They did. Yeah, it's a ministry. It's a mission for sure. But anyway, so I go and I just end up hanging out talking with Bart and my wife for a couple hours, it felt like, after the movie. And so, like, I left the movie theater at 11:30. We get up at, like, a little before 4. I get home. I'm in bed at midnight just going, I'm regretting all my choices right now. But I was so happy. Like, I had really good conversations with Bart about some other projects and stuff. But then I'm going to get up at 4. I wake up at 3. My body's just like, nope, we're getting up. And I've got all these ideas and things I want to write down. So I'm like, okay. And so I'm like, all right, this is good. This is good. This is hell. I'll be fine. And then I got to work and I just started to crash hard. And now I've had one coffee. I should drink an energy drink, but Betty's telling me no. But I'm crashing. And so then I tried to be a good dad because the movie is about being a good dad. So my daughter wanted these Munchkins that they're having at Dunkin' Donuts. And, of course, I have the worst Dunkin' Donuts near me. And I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
He still has not learned that lesson.
I know. But I had 16 minutes before the start of the show. And she had asked me, hey, you get up so early. Would you go by a Dunkin' to see if you can get that commemorative 10? So I'm like, I'm a good dad. I'm going to go do this. So I go, I do it. I order them, and the girl's like, yeah, we got them. I'm like, yes. Then she hands me a regular box. And I'm like, they're supposed to come in like that commemorative 10.
I want the 10.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, they're for my daughter. I did say that. And she's like, we didn't get it. I'm like, what? And she's like, do you still want the Munchkins? I'm like, I guess. So I get the Munchkins. I come back in here. I make it in time for the show. Right before the show, we're getting ready to go. I'm eating a Munchkin. A Munchkin breaks my stupid bridge, the temporary bridge I have, in half.
Out of your mouth right now.
Yeah, I was just talking, and it just shot out of my mouth. And so now I am holding it in my hand. And so I am going to go and get my bridge fixed today, my new one put in, which is good. But it was just like every dumb thing. And I even told Betty, I said, I was on such a good mood last night. And then, like, everything is working against me to take me out of that place. But I'm not going to let it win.
Witness his
tragic moment. And that's exactly what my life is right now. And I know they're not big things to anybody else. Like, if you're sitting there struggling because you lost your food stamps, I get it. That's way worse than anything I've just told you. But, like,
at least you aren't that.
At least I realize that.
Yeah.
I'm not that tone deaf. Yeah, exactly. But I think we all have things in our lives that, like, hit us and they're like, oh, just this. And it's just that compounding thing where you're like, oh, not again. And when my tooth broke, it hurt. So I had that pain. I was like, Dad, gummit.
But what's so funny is he was sitting over there, had his bent over the kitchen sink, and he's just, oh!
Yeah.
Oh!
I know. I was mad.
Whoa!
I'm mad because
And
I'm
I
like, this is
even
the
looked at
last thing I
Gavin,
need today.
But I didn't know what you had done. I just assumed you're overreacting about
Sure.
it's just a regular Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I looked at Gavin and I was like, he always overreacts. I didn't even check. I was just like, man,
Yeah, didn't
whatever.
care.
Probably stumped his toe or
Yeah.
something. He's fine.
Didn't care. He was fine. Yeah. So do you want to hold this? No.
It's disgusting.
I know. Trust me. I'm not a big fan of this going on right now. Anyway. So, anywho, I'm set for a nap today. Today,
Yeah,
I need a
you
nap
are.
because we got one day before support drive on Friday. And so we got one normal show tomorrow, and I want to be good and ready to enjoy that last show before we get into support drive. Speaking of shows, there is a show coming up in February, which is the Super Bowl halftime show. Nice. Once again, Gavin was like, what show are we talking about?
I knew. I saw that one a lot quicker than yesterday.
Good. And so it's the Super Bowl halftime show. And so there is something going on with that, Rock, that I was kind of surprised by.
There is. So Bad Bunny was told that he was going to do the halftime show. And a lot of us were like, who? What does he sing? We don't know anything about him. But I guess he sold many records, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I found out that someone had started a petition saying that they would like Bad Bunny replaced with George Strait.
That's an odd choice. Like to do a petition, like George Strait, that's not who I would have put on for the petition.
Well, let me tell you a couple of stats about him, okay? The reason why they chose George Strait, now he is a country artist, mainly from the late 80s, early 90s. They said, we want a halftime show that unites our country, honors American culture, and remains family friendly.
Okay.
Those are all good things because I think about Bad Bunny's show. I know that I think a lot of his music is Spanish.
Yeah.
And I don't know about
I
family
think it's
friendly.
all Spanish. Yeah, I know.
I don't know about family friendly at all. But George Strait definitely is. So this petition has 4,500 signatures
Oh, that's
so
it?
far.
Oh, well, that's not
it.
going to matter.
But let me tell you about George Strait's stats. Okay, he has 120 million records sold worldwide. That's a lot. Most certified platinum or gold albums of any artist, and coming in at 33. He has 60 number one songs.
Wow.
He's the only act in history to have a top 10 hit each year for over 3 decades.
Oh, wow.
That is that's a lot.
Yeah.
He has hits like Check Yes or No.
Oh, I like that one.
I Cross My Heart and All My Exes Live in Texas.
All my exes live in Texas.
Yeah, he's old school.
So I looked it up to see when was the last
Gavin's
time.
like, no.
Stop it.
Just want to
Stop
take a
it.
nap at halftime. That'd be awesome.
So I looked it up to see when was the last time that we had a full-blown country show for the halftime show.
I think I know this one.
1994.
Yep.
That's 26 years ago?
I think it was Shania Twain.
No,
No, who
Clint
was it?
Black, Tanya Tucker, Travis Tritt, and the Judds, and it was in
Okay.
Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, now Chris Stapleton, he sang the national anthem. He's a country artist. I think that was 2 years ago, and the reason that he got to sing it was because a lot of people stirred up a stink, saying we need some people outside of pop and R&B and rap
I agree.
that showcase other genres of music. Jay-Z's entertainment company, Rock Nation, is the one that has worked with NFL, and he's taken over the halftime show. And they don't ask the audience for what their opinions are.
The sole decision maker.
Yeah, so their qualifications for choosing a halftime show artist are the audience demographic that the NFL wants to attract that year, and also the artist availability and global reach.
Mm-hmm.
So I was looking at when they came into leadership, who has been the halftime show. We've had Jennifer Lopez and Shakira.
Yeah.
We had The Weeknd.
Mm-hmm.
We had
That was horrible.
That was bad.
Eminem and
Snoop
Dr.
and-
Dre and all. Yeah. And then last year we had Kendrick
Lamar.
Oh,
Lamar.
Yeah. I forgot about
that was
one.
horrible.
But I think most of us would agree they all kind of land in the same.
Oh, yeah. Well, because
Genre.
Jay-Z's picking it, you know?
Yeah, and I don't
Yeah.
think that's fair.
It's getting
They-
a little old.
Yeah, like they should open it up to, which they probably are thinking, well, Bad Bunny, we're opening it up because I think he's a Puerto Rican
Yes.
descendant. I don't know. But
Yeah, he's from Puerto Rico.
still, I think that they should I think they should do something else.
Well, especially too, like when you have Beyonce and or not Beyonce, J-Lo and Shakira, there's still English being spoken. Like this whole thing is like his songs are in Spanish. So you're gonna have a whole halftime show where maybe he does a little bit in English and it's gonna all be in Spanish. And you're like, wait a minute, that doesn't feel right either for America. Like I get having something that incorporates a little bit of everything, but don't make it all one thing.
I think they say like, well, we want someone that's very popular, and he's popular, but I also think like
he's like very, very popular.
But they are also
with Middle America.
He's got I think I read that his last album was like the most streamed album on Spotify.
But aren't they limiting
history.
a lot of people?
Sure, but also at the end of the day, how much do you guys really care about the halftime show? Like, do you actually?
I watch it.
Is the 10 minutes of music that life-changing?
I care about that more than I care about the game usually, because I don't have a
That's the only
favorite
reason
team.
I think a lot of people. I think there are still a lot of people who look at halftime as the take a break from actually watching the TV for the most part. Like it's a time to go get a refill on your food, talk to your friends.
Here's what I think they should do. Hear me out. I think they should have one of those hologram halftime shows.
Oh,
So
Elvis?
they could bring back Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston. They could have Elvis Presley. They could have all kinds of people.
Yeah.
And like, even if they're not gone, let's say they want to bring back the Rolling Stones, but
Right.
back in their heyday.
Yeah. Don't bring them back now.
They could.
Yeah.
And I bet that would be awesome.
Yeah. The Dead Show.
The Dead Show.
I like it.
Oh, I like that a lot. So good.
Do you have any birthdays? I got to get to the dentist.
I do not.
All right, I got to go to the dentist. I apologize. I got to cut this one short. This is on me. It's my fault. It's actually the Dunkin' Donuts fault.
It
No.
kind of is.
What
though.
is hard in a
It's-
Munchkin that broke my
That's
tooth?
them.
There was
That's them.
nothing hard in it. It was just your teeth.
There's no way.
Yes.
Like, this one's been so good, and there was something
There was
that crunched.
no.
I heard it.
That was your bridge. Because
Yeah.
the only things that were crunchy on that were these tiny little pink
I think I hit
sprinkles.
a metal one.
So a pink sprinkle took you out.
That's
but
what
hasn't a soft baked cookie
Soft
taken
baked
you
cookie
out
broke one of my teeth before too.
Yeah, so it's not Dunkin's
Yeah.
fault.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You need to drink your milk.
I
Eat
know.
your veggies.
I know. We'll let a lawyer decide whose fault it is. All right, that's going to have to do it for your Aftercast for today. And as always, thank you for being a potty.